Hey, Melissa, we're seeing your room. You might want to turn your camera. You might want to turn your camera.
Shoot.
No worries, though. Okay, hold on. Let me get here. There's 15 of y'all here. What's up? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna change it. Whoops. Get me out of there. Hold on. Where's my thing? Okay, hold on, y'all. I know they gonna see this recording later and be like, "What is going on?" Okay. Hey, there it is. Let's see. Here I am. Sorry, it's gonna keep putting y'all on there. Don't worry. I'm gonna fix it. Pin video. Hey, there we go. All right, everybody. This looks like there's 16 people in here. I think everybody's getting in here. Give me 1 second. Let me get this piece of paper, and I'm gonna be ready to go. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I'm coming. All right, I am back. There's 17 participants in here. My face is looking greasy because I went and got a facial today. So it's gonna be just extra shiny. No problems. I'm trying to turn this light on. So everybody, come on in. Hopefully everybody's in here. Pressing answer, everybody. Most people want is everybody going to get a payout? Yes, every group is going to get a payout. Will the payouts be large? It varies, okay? So I'm going to show you some of my emails, and I'm totally not even concerned if you guys are messaging them or reaching out to email with them. I know one person already put some of their trucks with them. That is absolutely not a conflict issue for me at this point. I'm okay with that. Because at the end of the day, I would advise you, I would say this. They have 22 trucks. Y'all groups plus my other trucks makes 12 trucks. I think they're at the max of their capacity as they're getting more loads and trying to get more levels, right? So they have dispatchers that are in Europe, and they have dispatchers who are here in Dallas. And I feel like Ivan's super stressed every time I talk to them, or even when I go do dinner with them. I think they really grew this year from this group, from this whole thing. So I'm just giving you that heads up. And sometimes the way they talk is a little gruff because they're Europeans. And so Boris is sweet. Ivan's a little rough sometimes. But I just want to give you that heads up because some people are like, well, can I use your third party? The thing I want to stress to y'all is don't be out here telling everybody who our third party company is. Reason why is we have the leverage with them. We're more than 55% of their fleet. Charles Williams, who are we referring to? Our carrier, our third party company is CTC Freight. And it's actually CTC Groundlink. They're the same. They have some other LLCs. But outside our group, I would not recommend you telling a lot of people who our third party company is. Because it would just be easy for them to just, I'll just go over there where Erica's is. And I feel like they're at max as they've grown so much with us, just getting a rhythm and a flow of it. And we have the leverage right now. As it stands, I'm their biggest person that they are always having to call and be concerned with. So that's that little part there. Now, again, all groups are getting payouts, but again, we did about $40,000 in different various repairs. So they keep it simple. Grayton, absolutely fine. I'm not going to go too deep into people's details here, but this is for like the quarter. Grayton did fine. They've been paying rent on time, no problems, no issues. So the people who are in group with Grayton will get a paycheck. We'll get their quarterly check. People in PFIN, again, PFIN had the fake leases. Section 8 is going to be back paying us. So we should be straight. even with the little bit we did get in from him, Section 8 is back paying us. So those of you who are in PFINT, 13690 PFINT, you will get a check now, and you will get a check in January. What was the card? Group payout February 2020. Group payout November 1st. Yeah. Now, when you get your K form, K1 forms, again, come from the accountant's office. This is something you would attach and give to your CPA or your accountant or your H&R Block professional. It just shows that you invested, and this is how much you got back, right? The other house, Longview number 1, we are working on it currently. We're doing about, our total bill is $44,000 in repairs. Asia got her first payout for $22,000 in repairs because they take their first, their draws. What do you call them? Draws, DRAWS. Her first draw is $22,000, and another one will be smaller, like 8, and the last one will be a little bit, to get the work done before the code. Now, Longview number 2, the owner who has to move all these cars. He hasn't answered the phone this week, but we are in a legal binding contract. So what we're doing is making sure we have fire protection on Longview number 1, and we're going to tow his car, tow the truck that's in the yard for Longview 1, and Asia's just going to get the extra $200, $300. Like it's literally, they're going to pay us like $300 to remove it. Junk a car, or what do you call it? 1-800-GOT-JUNK or whatever. So that, to get rid of that car and put the fence on the yard for Longview 1. Longview 2, we're going to kind of give them some more calls this week and press them and be like, hey, we'd really want to go ahead and close. You told us 10/28. We're not hearing from you. The title company haven't heard you sign anything. So that's Longview number 2. And that's 13311. Okay. Then issues with Houston. We're just on a holding pattern. So first Houston, 1511 whip check. The seller was mad with us, didn't want to close, so that money's just sitting over there in one account. Then we have 2414 Harlem Street. The owner, we have a realtor. Our realtor name is, hold on, let me pull him up. Our realtor for Harlem, hold on, his name is Harlem, because I felt like it was better if we had a realtor. I didn't want us to get got like we got last time in Houston. So I got a realtor. His name is Galileo Bucho. I can just show you his, I can show y'all my email. I'm not scared here. It'll just let me share the screen. All right, so this is his name, Galileo Bucho. I'm killing it. Galileo is in Houston. Any of y'all can call him if you want to double check all these things I'm saying. We literally put in, and you can see our conversation here if I can type it up. Hold on. Stop it. You can type it up. For Harlem, this is his response. Basically, the guy, when we went to go buy the property from him in Harlem, did not want to sell and decided to pull his property from MLS, which to me seems weird. I've called around and asked, does that sound normal? And so y'all can see, here's the contract too. Can I share this? Y'all see this? Sorry, you guys. Thank you for being patient with me. Can you see it? So this is the second contract I filled out. The second one. All right. Soma Rose Development LLC. Soma Rose would not sell to us. Now, Soma Rose is apparently a man, a black man. And I guess he does not want to sell to a non-black person. That's just the rumor. And when he saw our realtor was a Hispanic man, he did not want to sell his property and is withdrawing it. So I'm going to have to come down there and ask, we have to ask Tyrone, I'm going to ask people, hey, what's the problem here? Because Tyrone said, we're going to have to speak to this guy or meet him in person. I've never heard of having to meet someone in person to buy their property. Never. If you got realtors and there's a realtor on that side, I've never heard of this. I've never heard of someone saying, well, I need to see who's the seller. I've never heard of that. That seems weird to me. I don't know what that's about, but the Brittany Morris, she didn't confirm that's the reason why he's not selling. She just said the seller wants to withdraw his author from MLS. And so I'm at a cross. I'm like, what can I do here? Because we filled out the contract, but again, he doesn't have to accept. let me see here. What's the next one? So I'm just kind of on a standstill. There is a other property on, there's another vacant lot on Harlem, but the reason we chose this one is because it already had approval plans for the duplex. We were only choosing it because it has the duplex. Now, he sent us some other ones in that area, but to me, they're priced really low, but we picked that one because it has this ability. Let me see if y'all can see this from Galileo. Let me share the screen again. Share it again. Okay. So these are this is what he said, sorry about the issues. They're priced low and they're close, but I'm still at a loss, kind of like, this one's 35,000 and it's all in the same area. It's the same area we just were. This one is, let me see what the price is. It says it's 29,000, but it was before that was 39,000. And again, you guys can take these and research these and look these up. I'm not going to make any decision yet on this. But this is on Harlem Street. This is on the same street as where we were going to build a duplex. And again, y'all can write these down. It's 2506 Harlem Street. They're selling this one for 43,000. It's the same space. It could fit a duplex as well. I'm just in a holding pattern because the bookkeeping company is like, who we have our accountant with is Ron Marshall here in Austin, Texas, and their team is like, I don't touch anything. Just let's see what your group wants to do. And so it's just in a holding pattern. The next one is 5301 Liberty Road. Again, y'all can go research these, Google these, look them up. I'm open to your feedback. I'm just telling you that this is the pushback we're getting out of that area. 5201 Wiley Street in Houston, Texas. It's around the corner. Most of all the stuff we're talking about is like near Liberty. So again, those are the three that they said, hey, you could try those instead, but I'm still at a loss for how a seller can just pull their property off MLS. Let me see if y'all got more from Galileo so you can see it. What did he say here? Let me see. Got another one? No, not that one. Okay. Let me pull this other email. So that's kind of just in a absolute stuck in Houston. So that money is just sitting in the account. And so at either, basically I told my accountant, if we can't find something else, or if we're not comfortable moving somewhere else or getting another deal, I'll just have to return it to you guys literally by December 30th or whatever. Let me look at the calendar again. I have to return it by Monday, December 30th. I can't hold that money because I'm not a blind trust. I can't hold it. I can't keep it. It has to be returned. So that's kind of where we're stuck on those. As far as the trucks, I'm trying not to show everybody's individual thing, but here is some receipts so you can kind of see why it's taking so long. And I always think of them by numbers. So 304, I just replaced a $9,800 repair. They got that email. You guys should have that email. And that was a transmission ticket. Here's a receipt. Let me see if I can pull it up. Receipts. And again, I won't show like too much because each group is individual. Let me see here. Receipts. Okay, here you go. Just to get an idea here, let me share the screen here. All right, so these are various tickets for various trucks. Like literally, there's 21 tickets. So from anywhere from 301 to 302. I mean, these are just some of the receipts we have for various tickets of various prices. Some of them are truck care. Some groups you should have your attachment. This is what they'll look like, right? This truck stopped, got repaired, total invoice $700. This truck got stopped, repaired, invoice. Like this is seriously, every single group has something, right? And in the wintertime, what we'll have is change. Every truck has to have change on it. Again, that's a weight slip, receipts, more receipts. So every group has a series of receipts, repairs, tires, oil, you name it. Every group will have this. Lovey stops, all this. Every group will have it. So each group has theirs. Like, see how these are 304, 304, 304, 306, 311, 3111, yeah, and 3110. So every group will have these. This is just one of the emails. This is 21 attachments. So they have to go in the proper place. So yeah, there's just, trust me, there's plenty has been spent on these trucks as far as repair, and each group will get their documentation. So what my goal is, and what I told the bookkeeping company is, we want to make sure everybody gets a payout this fall, and we'll have to spread those reimbursements just over the next 3 years, or extend some of these trucks to 4 years, because literally we just did $10,000 repair on 304's truck. $10,000, if the truck was running every week with a team, yeah, we probably could pay it back in the next 2 months, but then that would leave you guys with not getting any funds. Do you see what I'm saying? So my company is covering it, and yes, I can deduct a lot of this stuff off as far as taxes, but we're having to spread it out. Appreciation. So let me see. Anybody can unmute themselves and talk. Let me know. Let me see what your chat is. Regina J, how is Group J identify? What number? Here you go. Hold on. Sorry, I always go by a group number. I never go by, let me see. Oops. Here you go. Let me go in this other email. Group J. Group J was 3110. Group J is the one that was damaged, but Group J, you guys will get a payout from the 3 weeks of settlements. You are not charged for the rollover because the insurance covered it, and insurance replaced the truck. Now the truck that they gave us the 2 options of, it's the 2 trucks they picked from the lot, to me, fit the bill, but they're both 2014s, and I feel like if we had a 2016, why are we being replaced with a 2014? So I just have to finish signing documents, and then you guys will be back up and running. But again, they offered us 2 2014s for the same, what they said is the same replaceable amounts. I have to get all the documents, but essentially the truck that rolled over in South Carolina is Group J, and that number on that one is 3110, and that'll be your receipts, 3110. But you only have 1. The rest you have 3 solid payouts. Literally, that truck was spanking new. So let me see here. Okay. Brian Furlan, I don't think I was put on Group K's email distribution. I can double check. Group K, Brian, making notes. And Group Kelly, you mentioned earlier, I had not seen the contract. Check. Okay. So Kelly Jr. Sorry about that. Okay. What are some questions you guys have? Please let me know. What are the questions, concerns? Unmute yourself. Can you unmute yourself? If not, let me know. I can click the button. Can any of y'all unmute yourselves? I don't hear anything. What are some questions you guys have? The truck thing in the oil fields. So I sent in what he gave me. I filled it out. I sent it in. Literally, when I sent it, the immediate email response I got was, this is an old contract. You have to fill out this new 15-page paper. So I filled out the 15-page paper and sending it in tomorrow. And it has some fees attached to it, like as far as getting the inside of the truck right. And also you have to give them $3,000 to hold in case of repairs. And then also, what's the other thing? Oh, also your first 3 checks are held for 3 weeks. So they're claiming you're going to make $8,000 a week for 3 weeks, but then you're going to be 3 weeks in the hole. Does that make sense? So by the time they park it back in San Antonio, you'll get your first check. So again, I'm walking through this and seeing if, honestly, if it pays $8,000 a week and we can get some of these other trucks rolled over to there, I think that's more than enough money for all of us. So that's part of what I was thinking, but I have to see how this first one's going to go. I have checked my phone number back to the email. What are all the investment options that are currently have spots available? Kelly, right now, Longview number 2. Longview number 2, and then as soon as we sort out Houston, we can have spots there. But again, it's like we're hitting a brick wall as far as Houston. And yes, there's other lots available, and I can go down and look at them on like Thursday or Friday. But it's just like, this is so crazy to me. I've just never heard of that.
Erica, can you hear me? This is Kente.
Yes.
How you doing? I have is it a year for the truck requirement for that oil field thing? Because I have a truck.
It's 2 years.
I just got sick. No, the year of the truck. Like some places I put my truck, it's like a requirement. It has to be a certain year.
It has to be 2005 or newer. I'd have to pull up the paper.
Okay, damn. I'll be right at the cut because I have a 04 Columbia that I
It might be.
Don't.
See, the one paper they gave me said it could be 2000. And then I looked at this other paper and it said 2005. So let me, I can email you that, but that's just it. Like, I got the contract from the guy we got the contract from that I paid. Like, I'm gonna keep it at 100 with the group. I paid $2,500 for that slot. Right. So he was selling, like, long story short, y'all can talk to him, y'all can tell him what I said. I'm not scared. From what I heard is he only have 1 truck. And he got a contract somehow for 12 trucks. So he was selling the slots. And so when I went to go ask, can I get a second one? He said no. So, you know what I mean? So he basically said no. And so when I filled it out, it went to Alliance. This is a legit company. No, for real, it's like literally the person, Cantu Ventures is the person I JV'd a truck with. And if she has a problem with me telling y'all that, that's okay. She can, email me and let me know. But literally, long story short, I showed her where I filled it out, sent it over there. Their office automatically responded. It's in San Antonio, the headquarters. I could drive by there and see it. And I had to fill out a new contract that's like 15 pages and show insurance, physical damage. Also give them like $3,000 to hold as far as like any, like if it gets damaged within the first week, it's like an escrow hold. Then also you had to put $1,000. You either could put all the items on this piece of paper in your truck or pay them $1,000 and they would do it.
Okay.
I think it's legit because it sounds actually, not that y'all need to know my business, but one of the guys I was on a date with, that's a trucker, he actually worked down the oil fields and I showed it to him. Okay. So that's just,
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, at least he was on the oil field and he know what to look at.
Yeah, he's heard of the company. He's He's like, that's a company out there. So they did. Now, what made me and Anish worried is we were Googling the name of the company over and over. We were Googling all the people in the state. We're like, what's going on? But the name is similar to what he showed us. It just is like a subsidiary, right? Like if you call something Alliance Transportation and then underneath it, it's a bunch of other different alliances, but it still all goes back to the original company. It's legit. So don't worry. We got a GPS tracker on that truck. So.
Okay.
Curtis D, every group will get a payout. Every single group will have. It just won't be as big as every group will think. Every group is different. So 304, which I'm pretty sure is group F, if I look at my paper. Sorry, I say you guys' name by your numbers. I paid out $9,780 for a transmission ticket in Dallas. And if I hadn't paid it that day, they would have put a lien on the truck. And I'm like, yo, you've had the truck for like 2 weeks. I didn't know it was done. I didn't know the repair was done. Like, chill out. So I will definitely pay it. You guys will definitely, everybody group will get a payout, but you got to realize if I'm putting out 40 grand as the management company, in order to get some of that money paid back from where I'm putting it out, like I'm going to have to spread it out either over the next 4 or 5 deductions or whatever. We're going to have to work that number out. But I will put it, every group will get in their email. So this time, instead of like the small letter envelope, you guys are probably going to get a big yellow vanilla envelope. And I know everybody thinks snail mail is, why am I doing that? It's important for y'all to have documentation too, just in case. I don't know who your accountants are. I don't know who your team are. If they ask for it, you can provide it and you can show where the truck made this amount of money. It said it made this much money. This is the statements. This is how it matches. This is the deductions for the receipts. It's just important for y'all to have it too. Brian Freeland, I paid for it as well, so I want to make sure for myself. Brian, did you fill it out? When you filled out your contract, Brian, if you don't mind unmuting yourself, did you immediately get an email back saying you needed to fill out the 15-pager?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes. Is that Brian? Yes.
Yeah. I'm still in the beginning phases, so I have like the 1 or 2 page intake form
Yeah.
that I have to get back to them.
So yeah, that you have to email to Alliance, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead and email that immediately.
Okay.
So even if you don't have your, so like I used a truck that's new that had temp tags. I just put temp tags in the slot. I put temp / pending, and they took it. So so I don't know
Yeah,
what
I was
what's
just
holding
waiting
you back. So I'm just trying to make sure.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was just waiting for like to check off everything on the checklist and before I sent everything through.
Which part of the checklist are you talking about? The 2290? If you have a truck you purchased under 60 days, you wouldn't have a 2290 yet.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
I don't know if this is a truck you already purchased or you just purchased. I don't know.
And it's kind of funky right now. I have another team, whatever, like 14 of us, and so we're leasing from another person's truck that's in the group.
That's a lot.
So they have a truck and they're going to lease to the actual, team.
Are you talking about Todd Acquisitions?
No. This is a DC group.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. No problem. I'm just okay. So 14 of y'all. Yeah, that still can make money. That's still fine.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. If even if you have the check hold for, so my only concern is repairs, right? So for the week that it is parked in San Antonio, I'm trying to call around in San Antonio to see who does mobile repair for semis. It ain't cheap, but hopefully you're calling around. With 14 of y'all, there's no reason why y'all can't call around.
Gotcha. Yeah, but yeah, we're pretty much on it, so we'll hopefully get everything by this middle of the week.
Sorry. Okay, they wanted to ask me something privately. Okay, that's fine. All right, let me see. What do y'all have in here? Oh, that's it? Okay, so Brian, just let me know how it goes. But yeah, I filled it out and immediately they were like, hey, this application is one of our old forms. You have to fill out this new one. It was 15 pages. And so at the end of the day, I told her I'm putting a GPS tracker in the truck. Worst come to worst.
You come snatch your truck back.
Will we do it? And also we have an automatic. So not that I could drive it, you know what I'm saying? But I would be able to have more people who I could call if an emergency happened to go get it.
Exactly. Gotcha.
So, but yeah, it seems legit as far as everything. I'm gonna fill out this paper. The paper is me and Anesh talked about. We filled it out. Tomorrow I turn it in. So, I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let y'all know.
I was doing my research on the company Alliance, and it was a guy who owned it. He's a record producer. So I was kind of.
If you go look up, and I don't want to take up the whole community call with this, but you know what I mean? Like, if you go look up Alliance, like when we went to go look it up, it's Alliance, just transportation.
Yeah.
It's an actual big company here in this area.
Gotcha.
If you look, it's like
I guess the one I looked up was registered in Florida.
See, the one we looked up, Alliance Transportation Group Inc. is 701 Stone Hollow Drive, Austin, Texas. Right? And so I'm thinking the company we're dealing with is a subsidiary underneath it. But that's why I said I want to use this one truck if it's legit, like if everything's okay, because I know where that building is. I literally can drive over there right now, you guys. And if you look at the symbol for Alliance Transportation Group Inc., it's the same. It's the same symbol. Okay. So I'm thinking that's who they're under, but we're going to find out.
Okay, I'll send you the one I looked up as well. And
yeah,
I guess you can cross-reference.
Because I'm like, I'm not knocking you, boy. I'm just like, all right now, sir, don't make me have to put my hands. And here's the thing. This is what I'm learning out of all this thing with Detroit and the guy who scammed us with the fake receipts. Like, everybody's mad at him, but it's like they should have done, before they sold it to me, let's be really honest. Before it was sold to me, Marcus and Asia should have checked the bank account statements to make sure this 550 was deposited. And so, you know, it's an egg on everybody's face on that one. So. But any questions? Come on, bring them. Questions, concerns. I'm very open to it. Any feedback, criticism? Like,
Yeah, I have one question. I guess when does everything, I guess, get sent out in the mail? Is that this
so
week?
it should be November 1st. The accountant's office, November 1st, which is Friday. Right now, I just finished signing. What did I sign? I signed permission for them to use the QuickBooks. Hold on, that probably went down wrong. Let's not do that. For them to do the QuickBooks. Ooh, what's that one? Sorry. For them to do the QuickBooks, because it'll be easier if they can access the QuickBooks and get the checks printed out faster that way via Frost Bank. But again, we just want to make sure everybody has the packet. It should have the paper, the statements, the printouts for this whole quarter. And so you see all the receipts, why it's deducted, you know, how it's deducted, or how we're going to spread the payments out, and then they register checks. Because last time we had at least 7 people. I haven't seen it in the mail. I didn't get it in the mail, something. And I'm like, okay, what is going on? And so literally we had 2 sent back, came back to our office box. And then other people said, oh, I finally got it. Like 3 weeks later. So I don't know what was going on with the mail. So that's why I'm gonna send it in these bigger packets. So it can't just be an envelope that gets lost. And if we need to, we'll do some kind of tracking, but preferably not have to spend $6 every single envelope. That would be great. What are we supposed to see in the Stasta app? So apparently the Stasta app is not connecting like I thought it was supposed to, but essentially what we see is we're under property where. Hey, Brian, how you doing? We're in property where, if that makes sense, is the app it's under. So when I log into there, if I could connect the app property where to Stesta app, we shouldn't have a problem. But property where is what Marcus and their team uses. And what it'll do is, it'll just show where they paid and if they had any repair. But it should be able to connect them. Brian, you can turn your camera off your face if you don't want your face to be seen. I don't know if you were trying to do that. Any and everybody, anybody, any questions? Bring them out. Bring them out. Bring them out.
So the oil field trucks, you'll find out more information about that this week.
The oil field. So I literally, when I filled out the application and sent everything off, sent it, literally what was returned to me, an automatic email like, hey, this is an older application. You need to fill out this application. This goes to this office, and it's like a 15-pager, and you would have a direct contract with them. And so once I filled it out, I'm turning it in tomorrow, and I'm like, okay, let's see what's all this about. So I'm definitely trying to make sure it's legit. And who's that just was talking?
This is Curtis, just confirming
Okay.
on.
Gotcha. Who is this Brian right here? I got Brian Friedland and then other Brian Summers. Is that you? I think. Possible. Nope, no response. Okay, never mind, Brian. Any questions? Bring them out. Bring them out. Any questions about repairs? Any questions about trucks? Are you looking at any more properties in Detroit? Yes, we are, but only ones with tenants because it's about to be wintertime. We can't afford for a house to be empty and get squatters. So only ones with tenants. So Asia sent us that one. I think it's 45K and it has a tenant in it. But they, again, this is from Ken, that same wholesaler. So I said I will not make any purchases unless they can provide a bank statement showing that the tenant actually is paying that amount of rent, because like that's just fraud. You know, if you buy something and someone's lie, have a fake lease, fake receipts, that's fraud. So they know our standard now. It has to have They got to be able to show that the person actually is paying rent, and it has to have a tenant in it. Now, Marcus has some that are already like done, finished, don't have to worry about any repairs with tenants in them paying like 800 to 1,200, but they are usually 55 to 60K. So it's a little bit higher. So, I mean, it's just, that's up to y'all though, if you're okay with that. Oil field contract equals 12 truck contract. So Charles W., from what the understanding that he had is he had 12 trucks, 12 truck contract. I don't know how he got it. I didn't ask all these details. It's in the Hood Estates group and the other group. We've been researching it. But according to what I've been hearing is he only really had one truck. I know he didn't have all 12. But literally he sold all those slots. So, I mean, if you have 6 trucks, wouldn't you put your own trucks on an oil field contract? So right now what I'm doing is working with a niche so that we make sure, like, so she can see every bit of the process, like, hey, this is what the contract they sent me look like. This is what the application they sent me look like. Do you feel okay with this? Are you okay with move forwarding? If all else fails, we have a GPS in the truck. So Charles Williams, that was your answer to your question. Would that be considered turnkeys that Marcus currently has? Yes, Kelly. Technically, yes. I mean, literally, people, how do they get their money back out of some of these deals is with a turnkey. I have 2 Brians, and I'm trying to figure out if this is Brian Summers. I guess it is. How do we contact Marcus, Kelly? Okay, so Marcus is our property manager. Marcus, I sent his information here again. Hold on. I'll put it in here again. Hold on. That's not right. Let me see here. Marcus. All right, so this is, you can email Marcus here. This is Marcus's email. You can tell him, please let him know that I have put it in the group chat, like Erica Williams put in there, so he don't be like, what? So he should know it's, you guys are just asking to be put on the email list for turnkey properties. But that's essentially what it is. A lot of people, if they fix a property in Detroit and they think they're not going to get full price, what they'll do is they'll fix it and then they'll get tenants in there, and then the tenants make it valued at 60 to 50, 60K because it's going to be worth it to you. Property's already finished and it's got tenants. Everybody see? Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to send it privately. Hold on. Put this to everyone. How about that? There you go. That's just, everyone should see that. They will see Marcus's email on there. But Marcus is our property manager. Marcus is the one who will be doing the verifications for the next couple properties that we acquire as a group or as individuals. You guys can, I don't mind any of you guys working with this. This is not a conflict of interest. I want you guys to be able to grow and invest and take your money and buy rentals too. Like, this is the whole purpose of this group, is for us to like have accountability and have growth, make these trucks make money. If this trucking contract, oil contract is legit, we will see as each group decides, we'll see which groups would want to move truck one at a time over to there. So, because at least that way we balance out our holdings with Boris and them and make money. Questions? Any questions? Any plans for apartment complex? We'd have to find a really cheap one. Now, I'm trying to find a wholesaler that can get us a seller financing deal, because then that would be awesome. Will the drivers be okay with this? Now, here's the thing, Kelly, this is the deal. The oil field provides the driver, because you have to have certain certifications. You just can't be any old driver off the streets. So we would literally be saying, Boris, I'm sorry, tell your driver sorry. They have to bring the truck to San Antonio to this location and drop it off. So they would be out of a job. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but just the oil field company has guys that are certain certifications. So even the guy I'm going on dates with, I'm just being nice, he was out in the oil fields for a year and a half, Odessa, Midland, all these places. And he was saying it's great pay, but you're just out in the middle of nowhere and you get tired, you get bored easily. So And yes, this man also owns his own truck. So just for anybody asking. Would it be easier to open a bank account at Frost Bank? It could. It could. Now, when I looked at Frost Bank to do the Zelle account, the Zelle, or you can literally transfer to other Frost members. It does have that option. But Frost Bank is mostly in Texas. And that's where, let me be very clear. I'm just going on dates with people. I know y'all be cutting up on the channel. I know y'all saw my other friend come on the channel. I am not committed to anyone. That's all I'm saying. But back away from my personal life. What are your other questions? I mean, it's been a trying year. It's definitely been a learning curve. But like, I mean, I'm surprised these things cost so much to repair, but I'm not. But I'm glad we learned it. So I'm glad all trucks have basically had oil changes. All trucks have had new tires almost. Well, except for the last 3. They don't have new tires. They will have to get changed, which I told y'all about those. Those are, yeah, I got a facial today. And so it's just a little too much shine right now. I got the chains, which you have to get a change for each tire, sets of tires or something like that. The 4 bags of chains, you have to have it's $150 to $300 in chains. That's what it is per truck, chains on the back of the truck. And then also, what else did they need? They got the chains. They needed something else for the winter. Oh, whoever else needs new tires, we're changing over from the big single doubles to the 2s, right? So instead of the super singles, because when they've been blowing in the middle of nowhere, it's cost us $1,300 repair. But if you got the doubles and they make it to the lubbies, then it only costs us like $600 or whatever. So it hasn't been bad. It's that way. Should we all open a bank account at Frost Bank? Frost Bank is really good. It's just, they're a little bit strict. They're a little conservative when it comes to giving us these loans on this money. But I think they're a good bank. They're an upstanding Texas bank. Again, Frost Bank, if you ever come to Austin, is the giant owl building in the middle of the downtown. They've been in Texas printing money forever. So, but yeah, that's up to you, Curtis D. I can't tell y'all. I can't force y'all to get no bank. Get the same bank. I can't do that. But it's it's a good bank. So what are some other questions and concerns? Like, do y'all ever want to come up to Detroit? Y'all, because it's already getting ready to get cold. So if y'all want to come to Detroit in the spring, we can plan something. You can go by the properties and look at stuff. Y'all can come to Houston. I mean, what are some things y'all are wanting to do as a group so that we can kind of all be on the same page and all come see stuff? Let me know in the chat or in the comments, or unmute yourself. Let me know.
I think this is Curtis here. I think Detroit would be nice in the spring. Just to take a closer look at some of the properties with Aisha.
Yeah. And even Asia and them, we could literally tour all our own properties. We could literally tour all our own properties by then. And there's some frame ones she's been showing that have been pretty good. Even though I've been a strict ruler for brick, there's some frame ones she has that are pretty nice. So in the spring, I'm thinking March, April, because I ain't gonna lie to y'all, May I'm gonna be in Italy. I'm gonna be gone for real. I already booked the Airbnb. I'm gonna be gone. You just need a few weeks notice, okay? So Houston, if I can get, which not to tell everybody's business, but Asia, me, and a couple other people, we've been basically behind the scenes getting ready to hire VAs and different people to work the Houston market so that we have our own freaking deals. Because we're out there hey, you guys, well, just give us some deals. And it's pulling freaking teeth, getting told no. The wholesaler already sold it. How is that possible when I've already signed this contract? Well, you didn't send a deposit over right and immediately when you did it, so we sold to somebody else. So that to me is shady. And so just, we got a team of people we're getting ready to hire on the backside that can systematically do that and start looking for lots in different areas, because that area where that Harlem and all that stuff is, you guys, they're building 300 houses around the corner. They literally are building 300 houses around. Like they're building so much development in that area. I just want to be in that area. So that's the thing. Group K, Group J. Group J, no. Group J, you had to get, so you have Group J and Group K. Group J had the truck rollover, and you had a replacement truck. But the truck they offered us was 2014, not 2016. It wasn't the same. I mean, it's automatic, and it can have double beds, so technically it is close to the value, but. And there's team drivers available whenever we want to do that. IRT Harlem Street. At what point or time do we pivot from the deal or redirect funds somewhere else? Is the date December? Oh, no. I mean, so the owner, okay, so from what I heard from Tyrone is he wanted to talk with the owner, meet with the owner, because he wanted the owner to feel comfortable about who he was selling it to. And I'm like, the neighbors on the left are Hispanic. The neighbors on the right are renters. There is some black people across the street, but I'm like, why do you need to see who it is per se? But the realtor sent me at the other end of further on that same street is another vacant lot on Harlem. And then there's also the other vacant lots in the emails, if you can see. We can pivot to one of those deals. I just want to put my eyes on it and see, does this make sense? Do we have a builder who will build it? Can we agree? Can we get all this in writing? That's my biggest thing. I just want it in writing, because in Houston, we can build in the wintertime. It's not a big deal. But I need to see those lots. I mean, I can go Thursday or Friday. No, I can't do Friday. I ain't gonna lie. I want to make sure I'm here just in case there's any problem with the checks. But he should be able to do everything without me doing it. Will Group J's agreement length remain? Oh, no, it'll adjust. You guys can adjust. Group J, we can vote as just Group J and vote, do you want to extend it? It's the same thing I did with Group D. Group D got to vote if they wanted it to be extended, because they were the truck that was in Birmingham, the Birmingham drama, the Birmingham be trying to sue them. So they got extended. Y'all can get extended because of the $10,000 transmission ticket repair for Group 304. I think that's Group F. 304, I may give them also a vote to extend it as well, because it's like, you didn't put your money in it to repair it at this point, even if I got to get it back off of the funds from the truck, the money the truck is making. So it's like, we don't put our money in to repair it, so we might as well extend it a little bit more so you can get more payout. That's how I look at it. But I have to let your group vote. Your group has to vote on that. And majority vote wins. So I don't know if you remember that from the contract. Did you say Liberty, Texas earlier? I joined late. Leslie, Liberty, Texas? You mean Liberty Hill, Texas? There's a Liberty Hill, Texas. No, not Liberty. What are you guys looking for in Houston? So in Houston, I think the best bang for our buck is a vacant lot, because you can build from the ground up. Now, every deal I see where it's a house, it needs like $60K. And then you got to buy it like at a squeeze price. So, I mean, right now, I'm going to talk with Asia again, but the VAs we're hiring, they're going to look for particular things, of course. So Josh, Dodom, usually the truck is sold or refinanced. And because, these trucks are old, they technically get old per se. We could do a various combination of either. Be sold, be resold, be refinanced, be whatever. It just depends. Because I'm seeing trucks now that are for sale for $28,000 that are 2014. And what now is this, 2019? So I'm just doing the kind of math on, if it gets sold or if it gets refinanced. So what does that look like? What does that payout look like? So. Questions. Please feel free to get on the mic. What's the average cost for lots in Houston? Are you done with JVs for the year? Artery, that's the thing. I have to get this oil contract done. Like, I can't add new JV deals because I feel like I want to make sure this is legit. If it's legit and it pays, then anybody that comes in the JV after, I would put their truck in the oil fields just to balance it out so that not all deals are with Boris in them. Not that I don't think they're doing a great job. I think they just are maxed. Like, his statements are supposed to come every Monday. Literally the past 2 months, the statements come Wednesday, Thursday. And when they send us the statement, that's when they deposit the money in our bank. So I'm like, y'all need to be on time. This Monday, you need to catch up. You're 2 statements behind. You need to put all our money in our statements on Monday morning on the dot, because the bookkeeping people need it. It's not even just for me, bookkeeping people. So I don't want to max them out adding 2-3 more trucks and they can't really handle it. Now they get drivers all the time. They get team drivers all the time. It's just that some of the original first trucks, group A, B, and C, they only have 1 bed inside and they are manuals. So the ideal for a JV truck deal or any truck deals would be automatic 2 beds. Charles, it's basically just literally a monthly payout, right? As long as we get it under contract, monthly payout once a month, and literally poor John, his payout is delayed. But yeah, that's basically all it is. I mean, it is a kind of an offline discussion, but what's the average cost for lots in Houston? So they vary, but where we're focusing on, the ones in that email, one's going for $43,000 because it's on a street where there's a lot of building going on. And then the other ones are like $29,000. Any interest in other locations regarding real estate? Man, I would love to get some land over here by Georgetown and build a couple duplexes. Or there's a spot in Dallas where I could try to build a couple duplexes. There's just, I feel like vacant land and a buildup is much more lucrative, honestly. But I mean, there's other cities we can pay interest to. I think cheap land would be, cheap housing would be South Carolina, Florida. Paki said he finally got back to, they're back in Jacksonville and they can look at some more deals. So I'm thinking maybe fly to Jacksonville for a weekend and hang out with them and see if they can find us something. So if anybody's interested in Jacksonville, now would be a great time to let me know if that's something that interests y'all. What are some areas you're thinking of, Regina? Put them in the comments. Jacksonville, Florida. Don't tell my trainer I'm eating this chicken. It's delicious. Outside of California, listen, honey, don't you know? So this is what I'm thinking. February, I'm going to be skiing in Utah. And you are welcome to come and hang out. I know y'all have busy lives, but you're welcome. Now, I'm thinking April, sorry for the smacking. April for, because I'll be gone in May. But April for Detroit, right? Because April is like, it's springtime. It shouldn't be cold. We should be able to, we got to ask Asia what's the timeline. But I think April will be good for that. And then if you want to, so you don't, well, because if I do April, then I need to space it out for Houston, right? So Houston could be January, could be February. Y'all got to let me know on that. Houston could be any one of those months. And you can come visit it. But I'm just putting that in the notes for, see if I can squeeze it together. Alabama, Montgomery, Alabama, price range on properties $40K. Yep. I would feel better about Birmingham, Alabama, or below Hoover, Vestavia Hills. Florida. Yeah. So any other states, let me know. So we're thinking about what, $40,000 price range for houses? North Carolina, South Carolina? Mm-hmm. North Carolina, South Carolina, Alabama, and Florida. Well, I'm hearing. Anybody else in the group? Well, not necessarily. You know, like you have Hoover, and you have like that long road going down. You could do Vestavia Hills or what's beside it, right? Philly. So I'm going to Philadelphia. Technically, I'm going to the suburbs of Philadelphia, November 16th through 19th or something like that. I may extend it. Annette, how close are you to Philly? How close are you to Philly, Annette? You'll be there for the conference too? Yeah, I feel like we could get some of those Philly women to give us some tours. What do you think? Shelby County? Mm-hmm. But Annette, how close are you to Philly on a regular day? Like when we ain't down there for the conference. Was Philly nice? I know it looks crazy with me eating and talking to the camera, but there's questions over here, y'all. Whoever watches this review afterwards, I'm talking with Annette Worth and Regina about Philly. Seeing some properties in Philly. Cause like if you look on, let me see if I can share my screen. Hold on. Like right now I'm working with this company to get more funding. And what I'm gonna do is there's some auctions I can Williams and Williams. Okay, so see this? I'm not even sharing my screen. Lord, what am I doing? Okay, you said Asia said to look Allegheny. Oh, I'm messing that up. Look at y'all. Apologies for my hooked on phonics speaking. West and North Philly to invest. Thank you, Melissa. What's the price range in those areas? Could you tell us? Could you help us out there? Annette's worth 40 to 50K for 3-bedroom with 1,300 a month, Section 8. That's nice. So Melissa, are we gonna see you when we come to Philly? You got time for us? Or are you living somewhere else? I want to invest in 80 to 95. 80 to 95K for a duplex. Okay, so this is what I usually have, and I want to get some more assistance to help me with this, but this is where I'll be looking. On here, Williams and Williams auction. And of course, these are like buy right now properties. Like this is Birmingham. All these places are like buy now. These aren't like the active auctions. You see like that one, Chicago, all kind of stuff. But usually buy now is more expensive. Let me see if it let me do it. It ain't gonna let me click it. Do I have to log in? What's wrong with this? Oh, it made me log in. Okay, no, I'm not gonna log in. All right, so stuff like this. Newly foreclosed. Stuff like that. There's just different ways. I mean, until you have, that's like the buy right now, but if you could, you just go on here and see what's the next upcoming ones. Those are buy right now. This is residential. You can get Tuscaloosa area car wash, redevelopment sites, auction November 5th. You know, like there's a lot of ways in these that sometimes go for 20K something. So this one is opening build in Alabama for 10K, right? Select to build, it's vacant. This one's occupied, opening build is 100,000. So Bessemer, Alabama, see the difference, the jump in the difference price, right? And who would cover this would be FOA commercial. And then we could turn around and raise the funds from the group. It's up to y'all. So several ways we can do it. But yeah, kind of stuff I look at. To me, some of these might be overpriced. So that's why we always want to see if we have a friend, AKA a wholesaler in the area that could have better deals, but anything's possible. This is more Alabama. So hope I wasn't moving too fast. Do we need a realtor in Philly or else? Curtis, as long as we can find a good title company to make sure the title's clear that we're buying and we're not being ripped off, we could be okay. That's just the problem. I'm just shocked how crazy Houston's been. But as long as there's nothing wrong with working on wholesalers, as long as we can have a title company clear it. That's all. Bring me some more feedback. Let me know. Let me know what you're thinking. Because so far I got spring in Detroit. I guess before it's too hot in the summer in Houston, because it gets hot, y'all. We're looking at North Carolina, South Carolina, Alabama, Florida, or Philly. We're looking for 40 to 50K properties that can return us, or Shelby County. That's what somebody put in here, Shelby County. And again, my goal is to hire a VA that can actually do a lot of this research in here. Like just create a system that they can search day and night for. That's mostly what we're getting ready to do.
Erica.
Yes, sir.
Question about you haven't spoke about the opportunity over in Raleigh, North Carolina in a while. What's the update on that? Like you still, remember?
I got a few wholesalers that email
me.
me. But they ain't said much lately. They've been kind of quiet. In Raleigh, where the soccer field's being built?
Yeah. Well, you said the 650 acres is being built. What's ain't no set dates on when they breaking ground on the stadium or building the community around it or nothing?
Now I can go back out on Facebook again and go back into Raleigh, North Carolina wholesalers group and kind of see what they tell me that they see going on the grounds there. Because that's usually how I get most of my information. I'll go in there and I'll start messaging a bunch of people. And they're like, "Oh man, you're Erica from YouTube." And I'm like, "Yeah. What's up? Hit me up with some info on your stuff, right?" So same thing this weekend. I was at Airbnb downtown, and you're not supposed to Airbnb in that building I was in. And the security guard's like, "Yo, what's up, Erica?" And I was like, "Oh." He's like, "You live here?" I'm like, "Yeah." Now he know I don't live there.
Yeah.
I don't live there. But that's the thing. I can put Raleigh soccer building. Let me see.
That's gonna be a lot of opportunity available when they break ground for that.
Because this is a $2 billion. It's a $2 billion project.
Yeah.
So they said that they see 2020. They might be already like. I have to go. I'm gonna have to visit Raleigh and see it for myself. Because also they had in Raleigh they had a 13-acre plot. They was doing some stuff with beside the soccer field. And do y'all know what I'm talking about? Anybody know what I'm talking about?
What, the location or what?
I'm gonna pull it up. Can I share my screen? Yeah, I should be able to. Show the group.
Yeah, I know the area. I actually passed through Raleigh about a month ago. After you said it made it out of the sea. So I know the area.
And even now, when I try to talk to people about South Raleigh, they be looking at me like I'm stupid. I'm like, okay, so y'all already sleeping on.
Yeah.
So this is this was downtown. They're gonna give it a whole new name and everything. Downtown South. Now let me be very clear. None of this is here. None of this is here. This is all going to be built. Can y'all see the screen?
Straight grass and forest.
Yeah, this is straight grass. So this is the markup plan. So this will be downtown South. Now this area used to be, I'm trying to say it nicely. Black people live down here. Ain't nothing going on here. Some closed factories are over here. Now they're gonna build this whole thing. They're gonna build the stadium, and then they're gonna build these surrounding retail buildings.
Need some of that.
Right. So they're gonna do 1,200 hotel rooms, 1,750 apartments, and 125,000 square feet of real estate, real retail and real restaurant space. How much would it cost to build a stadium? $180 million. Developers are asking for $13 million a year for 20 years from the taxpayers, which will come out to $325 million from the taxpayers. Right? But think about what they're building in that area and what they're doing to that area.
Yeah.
Right? And if anybody's been to Charlotte or Raleigh, like, it ain't no joke. Like, as much as Texas has people moving here, that's what North Carolina
Yeah,
has.
they got a high volume of people coming every day.
Mm-hmm.
Good. So if you had your pick or your choice, what would you go in for, commercial or residence or both?
Well, it depends on how close you are to the building. If you're gonna just buy some land and sit on it and pay taxes, you can do that because you might get bought out.
Yeah, and let somebody make you an offer you can't refuse.
Yep. Or if you can go anywhere of these neighborhoods, go ahead and start putting your little regentrification, make it look like Nashville kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. They keep saying they're gonna break ground in 2020, but they said it's officially gonna open 2023. I feel like they're gonna move that date up because the money that's gonna pour in over there.
Yeah. Okay.
So I mean, it's not like we have to do it right immediately, but if you want to own some of the land in that area,
yeah.
Can we follow Raleigh by city meetings? Yes, you can, Curtis. You can actually go online and get the city meetings.
All right. I think I'm out. I appreciate everything.
No worries.
The emails and updates. Have a good night.
Thank you.
All right.
Anybody else? I didn't want to keep y'all on here all night long. I just wanted to make sure everybody kind of get a feel where the group is going, what we're working on. Bring it, y'all. Bring it. Okay, you guys. So it's been quiet. I don't see any more comments after Curtis's. So, all right. So look, this is the wrap up. Each group. Oh, thanks. I'm good. Thanks for your info. Okay. So each group, you'll probably get more emails as the rest of the week finishes out. I do go to Cleveland Tuesday, Wednesday to see Cousin Nita and see any of her properties or fit our bill up there. But also just see Cleveland and kind of get an idea, wrap my head around that market as well. But yeah, it's about to be winter time. So anything they show me, it has to have a tenant already. So, all right, you guys. So any emails, any questions, you guys. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I just want you guys to feel like, if you have something you're thinking of, like, no, feel free to open up and ask it. That's all. So we'll have another meeting here soon, and hopefully everything will go smooth on Friday, and they can at least do a screenshot or a photo of all the packages going out. So later, you guys.